Hi, I am the Seller Central expert. Welcome to the e-learning course on returns and refunds for seller-fulfilled orders. In this course, you learned about return policy for seller-fulfilled items, how to calculate the refunds on the seller-fulfilled orders, and process the return initiated by the customer. Let's see what you have to do when a customer wants to return items to you. A customer can use Returns Support Center to return one or more items in an order. Once you receive the return confirmation from the customer, you can straightaway allow the customer to schedule a return pickup. The customer will simply need to specify the date and time of pickup. You can immediately send an email to the customer with the return label and instructions on how to return the item. The customer can either print and paste the return label on the package or can write the seller's return address and return authorization number on a piece of paper and paste it onto the return package. The customer's request will be forwarded to you. After you review the customer's return request, you will send a return confirmation asking the customer to schedule a return pickup. They will simply need to specify the date and time of pickup. The customer's request will be forwarded to you. After you review the customer's return request, you can send an email with the return label and instructions on how to return their item. The customer can either print and paste the return label on the package or can write your return address and return authorization number on a piece of paper and paste it onto the return package. On Amazon.in, both buyer and seller are bound by the returns policy for seller-fulfilled items. The returns policy applies to seller-fulfilled items purchased on Amazon. For items that are damaged or defective, you have 30 days to return the item from the delivery date for items that belong to the books or movies and TV categories, while you have 10 days to return for items that belong to the electronics category. For items that you no longer need or want, you have 7 days to return the item from the delivery date for items that belong to the books or movies and TV categories, while you have 10 days to return for items that belong to the electronics category. Let's see what happens when a customer wants to return items that were damaged or defective on delivery. All damaged or defective items in the books and movies and TV category must be returned in the original condition they were received in. The customer needs to contact the seller within 14 days of delivery to inform them of the damage or defect. Buyers can return electronics that are dead on arrival or arrive in damaged or defective condition. Such items must be returned in the same condition the buyer received them in with all the accessories. These items must also have the serial number and UPC intact. You will either get the defective product repaired at the service center or send a replacement. However, you will not charge additional shipping charges for sending the repaired product or a replacement item to the customer. In case of returns of dead on arrival and damaged items, the seller reserves the right to test and inspect the product for customer misuse and issue a replacement after inspection. If the item cannot be repaired or replaced, the seller will issue a refund. Let's see what happens when a customer wants to return items that they do not want or need. Books the customer no longer wants or needs must be returned in new condition. Items from movies and TV category must be returned in new and unopened condition with all accessories and original packing unopened and intact. All electronics, which includes the categories mobiles and accessories, cameras and photography, portable media players, car and vehicle electronics, computers, components and accessories, hi-fi and home audio, home theater, TV and video, and telephones must be returned in new and unopened condition with all accessories and original packing intact and unopened. These items must also have the serial number or UPC intact. The UPC number is a sequence of 12 digits below the barcode that is uniquely assigned to a product. When the customer is returning an item that was damaged or defective on arrival, the seller will refund the cost of the item as well as the delivery charges incurred in sending it to the customer. For returns of items that the customer no longer want or need, sellers are not required to refund the return delivery charges incurred and other services provided to the customer in connection with the purchase unless the return is due to the seller's error. Amazon can assist in facilitating refunds for the customer only when you notify us of the receipt of the item. Once you notify us of the receipt of the return item, the same method needs to be used by you for refund as that for the payment. The timeline for credit or debit card payment is 3 to 5 business days, and that for net banking account is 2 to 4 business days. Let us look at the steps involved in issuing a refund. Sign in to your account. Review the return request and click Authorize Request if the request is valid. Under Return Merchandise Authorization Number, select the option if you want Amazon to generate RMA number or you want to provide one. You can update the return address by clicking Edit. Click Authorize Request. After seller authorization, Amazon will send an email to the customer stating that return is authorized. The approval email would also contain a Return Merchandising Authorization or RMA and the return mailing label or RML, as well as Amazon's standard return instructions along with any special instructions by the seller. Customer should log in to Return Center and print RMA and RML. RMA should go inside the package. RML should be affixed outside the package. Return Merchandising Label or RML is non-prepaid label and return shipping should be paid by customer. After receiving the product, click the Issue Refund button to issue a full or partial refund. Click the Close Request button to close the request. Select the appropriate reason from the Close Reason list if you need to deny the return request. In this course, you learned about return policy for seller-fulfilled items, how to calculate the refunds on the seller-fulfilled orders, and process the return initiated by the customer.